In previous lecture, we have seen basic part of C language, that is operators, data types, variables, all these three things are covered. Let us start the program. As you know the structure of program, you have to first give the heading of program. Here we have to perform simple program to print sum of two numbers. As per structure of program, here we should include header files. One more is conio.h. Program begin with void main. Here is the declaration part. To print the sum of two numbers, you should first decide how many variables you require while performing the program. Here we require only three variables, two for input and one to display output. Take a variable number 1, number 2 and number 3. Give here clear screen function to clear previous output. The first part is input part. Therefore, you have to ask user to enter two numbers. Do the message first. Then there is scanf function to scan the values. Here we want two numbers, therefore write 2 times %d. The first value will be stored at the address of number 1 and second at the address of number 2. Now write a process. Number 3 equal to number 1 plus number 2. And the next part is output printf sum of two numbers is equal to %d number 3. Here is the program is closed. Now save this program extension .c. Sum. Okay. Debug program and click on run. Here is the output. Enter the two numbers. Suppose here we enter 22 and 12, then you will get the result 35. Again run the program. Put any type of value, you will get the result. But while inputting value, you have to remember what is the range of integer. Because if you enter 20,000 and 10,000, then no doubt you will get the result 30,000. But if here we store a value, suppose 25,000 and 15,000, what will be the result? Don't say it is a 40,000, because as you remember, integer has a range only till the 32,767. Therefore, if you enter like this value, then there is garbage result. Remember this thing. Okay. Now let us see the program in detail. Here is the declaration part. Declaration part contains how many variables you require, and give the appropriate type to a variable. Here, integer is a sufficient type or appropriate type. After that, there is declaration part. In printf function, you have to first argument or last argument as a slash n, that is no line character. Then give a message. Take an input by using scanf function. Write a process, whatever it is, and print the output. Here is your sample program. If you understand this program, then it is easy to understand. It is easy to you to understand the further programs also. But whenever you write your own program, then there is possibility to get some error. What are the errors? C has two types of error: syntax error and linker error, or compilation error and linker error. Suppose here you miss the semicolon. Let us see what happened. Run the program. Here you get the message, there are errors. Click on OK. Statement missing semicolon in function main. As you see, it indicates the line scanf. It means what? Your program is compiled till this point. Then check the above lines. If you check it carefully, then you will find that there is some character is missing. If here by mistake you miss a comma, then what happened? Let us see. Again, you got the error. Click on OK. It is the illegal use of pointer in function main. I know you don't know the meaning of this error, but you have a way to clear this error. Is that you have to check each and everything of your program. Then you will find that there is comma is missing. Okay, but if you done the another mistake, for example, while it is a printing, it is a typing mistake. If you miss one character, run the program. Okay, here is the error. Call to undefined function printf in main. Now check the spelling of function. If you have an error like this, undefined function, then it means what? There is a spelling mistake in function. Therefore, clear it, save it, and again run the program. You will get the result. Okay, here is your first program to print sum of two numbers. By using this program, you will create your own programs, modify this program, and write your logic for subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let us take the another example. Again, first you have to give a heading. Suppose our program is program to print area of rectangle or area of circle. Include the header files here. Void is necessary for the main function. If you don't want to write a void, then give a return statement at the end of the main function. Void means your function does not return any type of result. For area of circle, you need here radius. Suppose we assume radius as an integer, and you know the formula pi r square. The value of pi is 3.14. Therefore, your result, the possibility of result is your result will get in float. Therefore, here declare the variable float for area, or just take a name AR. Here is the clear scheme. You have to scan. You have to find first what is the input of program. Here the radius is the input of program. Enter radius. And you have to give a good presentation also. Therefore, enter radius of circle. Scan this value by scanf function. Okay. Now put the formula. AR is equal to pi r square. Here standard value of pi is 3.14 into radius square. That is, you have to write here radius multiply by radius, that is radius square. You don't have here any special symbol for radius. Then there is printf. Here also give a presentation. You should print area of circle is equal to percent. What is the format? Our area, we declare area under float type. Therefore, the format is percent %f. Yeah. Save this program. Again, run it. Enter the radius 3. Suppose here is the output of program. But you can see here after decimal point there are number of digits. If you want to control this precision, then it is possible by simply using modifiers. Here you can simply use 0.2. It will display two digit after decimal point. Save it. Again run. You can also use a shortcut key Control 9. Put the radius. Here is your output. In many cases, you need only 2 digit after decimal point. Okay. By using this program, you will create program of area of rectangle, circumference of circle, or apply the different formulas like temperature or conversion of temperature Celsius to Fahrenheit, like this. Now let us start with a simple program but a big program. Here I write heading of program. By using heading, start thinking what are the variables of program. Program to print marksheet of student. Start thinking of variables. Okay. First decide what are the variables. Here you have a variables like roll number, name, marks of subject, total, percentage. Modify these variables under appropriate type. First integer. Roll number will be stored under integer. While declaring the variable, you should follow the rules of variable declaration. These rules we have seen in previous lecture. Then there is variable for marks. Here we need three variables for subject 1, subject 2 and subject 3. You can take a 5 or 6 subject also. Then there is total. Under float there is percentage, and one more thing is remain, that is name of student is name. For this take a some size. Then the next step is think about what will be the input part. Here the input part is roll number, name and marks of subject. Print it. Enter roll number. Scan this value. Take the same name for variable. You declare variable in one name, and within the program you take another name, then there will be the error. Enter name. For name, here we assign a size, therefore use percentage as name. If you don't use here and percent, then also it is valid. Enter marks of 3 subjects. Scan. And subject 1, second value will be stored at the address of subject 2, and the next value is at the address of subject 3. Here your input part is over. Now perform the process. Total is equal to sum of subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3. Calculate the percentage by simple logic. Total divided by number of subjects, over, and print the output. Here also you can use a modifier. Or you can print a better output. While printing the output, you should print roll number, name, marks of subject, all these things. Save the program by using .c extension. Do the appropriate name. Marks. Run it. Oh, here is some error. Okay, the error is undefined symbol subject 2, undefined symbol subject 1. Okay, let us see what happened. Okay. There is a spelling mistake. Now again save it. One more. Subject. Remove the J. Now save it first and run the program. Roll number. Name. Marks of subject. Separation is done here by space. Here is your output of program. But if you see it carefully, then you can find that percentage is not a accurate percentage. If you manually calculate this percentage, then you will get some digit after the decimal point. For accuracy here, what to do? Here simply use a 3.0. Why? Because you have a total of integer type. 3 is also of integer type, and when at the right hand side you have a integer type of data, then no doubt there is result in integer only. If you have a variable at left hand side as a float, then also you will get a result in integer only. If you want an accurate result, then take one value as a float. Again run the program. Here is the result. Now here you got a accurate result. It is also known as a typecasting, to change the type of given value for accuracy. But if you have a this both value as a variable, then it is not possible to use dot zero. Then in this case, what to do? Let us see the example. Here, if you have program, simple program to print division. Suppose for this program, you declare variable under integer type n1 and n2, and you want to result in under float type, then there is n3. Scan the values. Now write a process. n3 is equal to n1 divided by n2, and print output. Percent, use a modifier Point2 n3. Here you don't use a 0.0. Why? Because you have both variables, not a value. In this case, what is the problem? Let us see. It is a program of typecasting. Typecast.c. If you put a value 20 and 5, then you will get the accurate result 4.0. But if you put a value 22 and 7. In this case, you will get the result 3.0, and as we know that it is not an accurate result. Then how to perform typecasting here? Only it is a simple task. You can write a typecasting for N1 or for N2, or you can write a typecasting for both variable, but here is only need to write a typecast for a single variable. If you have a single variable in higher type, then also you will get the result in higher type. Here we use float for N1. It is known as typecasting. How to define typecasting? To change type of given variable for accuracy as per the requirement of program is known as a typecasting. Here we need a one variable as a float. Therefore, in bracket, only specify the type, close the bracket, and see the result. Put the same values 22 and 7. Now you will find that you will get the accurate result. It is known as a typecasting, to change the type of your variable for accuracy. Okay, by using previous program of marksheet, you have to create program by using your own logic to display payslip of employee, or to calculate the bill of item by using item number, name, quantity, price, calculate the amount, discount, and finally display the bill. You should perform all these programs for better understanding of C. Otherwise, you will get the problem. Okay. Now, let us see the next concept. If here I first write a heading of program to swap two values. That is, we have two value, for example x and y. X contain 100 and y contain 200 value. After swapping, you will get the values of x and y get interchanged. That is, x will be 200 and y will be 100. How to get it? What is the logic? Let us say here is apply the simple logic. If you have a two container and both container contain some contents, then it is not possible to exchange the content directly. In this case, you need one more container which is empty. Here also, you want to swap values of two variables. Therefore, no doubt, you will require two variables as well as one empty variable, that is one more variable, which help us to interchange the values. Now again, scan the values. Okay, what is the process of swapping? First, call the value of number 1 to tab into tab. It means what? You have first you have your first container which is filled with sub content. You have to first empty this container into another container. Then call the value of number 2 in number 1. Here what happened? The value of number 2 is, for example, 200 is assigned to a number 1, and within number 2 we want a value of number 1. Now this value is present under a temp variable, therefore call a temp here. It is a simple logic to exchange the or interchange the values. Then here print a output after swapping number 1 is equal to, here use the slash t for separation or for tab. Do one more thing here, also print the value before swapping also. Then you will easily understand the result. Okay, save this by using .c extension. Okay, put the numbers. One hundred, 200. Then see the output. Before swapping, number 1 is 100 and number 2 is 200, but after swapping, value gets changed. Number 1 is 200 and number 2 is 100. It is an important logic of swapping of two numbers. Here we have used arithmetic operators plus, minus, multiply, divide, etc. You have a set of operators. You can also use here logical operators. As we have seen, three types of logical operators we have here: and, or, and not. In case of AND operator, what is the working of AND operator? Let us see by the program. AND operator written like this: AND operator. If you have here two values, but don't write an input part, directly assign the value. If x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, and there is z. We have to only check how the AND operator works. Therefore, don't write here input part. Now write a statement z is equal to x is greater than 10 and y is less than 20. I give a separation. Z is equal to x is greater than 10 and y is less than 20. And now print the value of Z. In case of AND operator, if you have a condition means what? You have a condition with criteria, then if the criteria is satisfied, then it will return the true result. In C, true means 1 and false means 0. If the condition gets satisfied, then there is true result, else there is false result. Let us see what is the value of Z. You can directly check it. If you watch it carefully, you can find that here the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20. What is the criteria? X should be greater than 10 and y is less than 20. The first condition is get false because 10 is not a greater than 10, as well as if you write here equal to, then second condition get true. Why? Because y is not less than 20 but y is equal to 20. It means what? It return 0 or false result, it return true or 1 result. But in case of AND, if you have a 0 and 1, then you will get the false result. Why? Because in case of AND operator, all condition must be satisfied to get the true result. If you run this program, then you can see that there is 0 result. If here we again apply equal to operator, then what happens? First condition is also satisfied as well as second is also satisfied. In this case, you will get the true result. Run the program, Z is equal to 1. Like this, you can use a AND operator, but always remember one thing is that for true result, you have to satisfy all the condition. Otherwise, it will return false result. But here, if you use a OR operator, OR is mentioned by using vertical bar. Again, here you can see that the first condition get false, the second is true. But AND exactly works opposite, or is exactly work opposite AND operator. Therefore, if condition 1 is false and condition 2 is true, then also it will return the true result. Let us say here is you have 1. Then when will the OR return false result? When all the conditions are false, then only it will return the false result. Like this, you can use a OR operator. That is, OR operator is used when you have a multiple conditions and if the one is satisfied, then also you will, or you want a true result, then use a OR operator. Otherwise, use a AND operator. Okay. Now here we have done programming, but it is not a real programming because here you only write the input part, process and output part, where actual programming starts from decision making. What is the decision making or how to take decision in C language? We will see this in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.